50 years, no matter who's in power, Republicans or Democrats, seems continually Congress borrows money from Social Security, puts in IOUs.
That's why we're where we're at.
Well, that's how we pay for these things, I guess. My question is, why can't the federal government pay back Social Security with whatever we're paying the foreign power things? You know, if we're paying them 4% or 6%, why can't our federal government write a check back to Social Security, including the interest?
That presumes we have money, which we don't. We're bankrupt. I mean, there's the first problem is we bankrupted our own nation.
But it wouldn't be worth it. If they print too much money, it's not worth it. It's just a joke.
The number one goal of the federal government is national defense. Look at the spending that we have. We are sold our nation to people who, like China, who are not our friends. They have adverse interests to us. We are now giving them the keys to our economy. You can't tell me that that is in the national best interest or that it actually goes to our national defense. You're going to have to get people in there that are willing to make the tough decisions, that are not going to the sense of entitlement. Nobody's entitled to broadband internet access. Exactly. If we want to bring jobs to the 18th Congressional District, I will totally acknowledge to you that we need more high-speed broadband internet access. We need more cell phone reception, and we need more highway access throughout this district. We're not going to have companies come in and go, oh, you know what? I'm a big mega company. I want to move here, and my cell phone doesn't work, and I have no high-speed internet access, and I can't get to my new plant. It's not going to happen. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. Those are serious issues in this district that need to be resolved. That doesn't make them entitlements. That's a totally different issue. We've totally moved away from what I talked about at the beginning, the American dream, which is you work hard, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps. My grandma and grandpa immigrated when they were children. They had 6 kids that were American citizens. 3 of them are multi-millionaires because they started a home building business that started in Denver and went to Hawaii and California. They are the American dream. It was never about somebody handing you anything. It was about the fact that you had the ability to make not just your life better, but your children's lives better. And what we've done now is generational theft. We have taken money from our children, and we've taken it from our grandchildren. Every time I drive by one of those your stimulus dollar at work signs, you know those things cost $1,000 a piece? $1,000 of money we don't have. I look at my 12-year-old and I say, when you're my age and you want to buy Christmas for your kids and you want to buy them whatever the new Wii is, that's where your money just went. That sign that is accomplishing nothing.
The money they're talking about on their signs comes from 46 cents you pay on gasoline, 52 cents on diesel. 18 cents of that is federal money, and the rest of it is state monies. That's not stimulus money they're talking about. That's another big lie.
Yeah, and a lot of that has been too. Where it went, you know, in Ohio, I think if you look, Ohio has 18 congressional districts, but I think they showed the stimulus money going to 22 districts. Wow. You know, look at the figures. It's really astounding when you look at where that money went. What happened to your money, and it's not even your money because we don't have the money. It's our children's money. It's our grandchildren's money. You know, Ohio, just during the Ted Strickland years, has lost 350,000 jobs. We have the highest unemployment rate we've had in a quarter of a century, and that's not just his fault. But you know what? If you're even to buy into the stimulus notion that the point of that was to increase the economy, it's clearly failed. And again, talking about failed legislation that we've seen one after another after another. We have to get some common sense people in there who are going to turn the nation back around and stop. I mean, it's not even nonsense anymore. It's just frightening the path they're taking the nation on.
Would you agree that this isn't just incompetence or ineptitude that they're engaging in? It's a concerted effort to basically bring us to the level of a third world country to give them more control. And you have less educated people, poor people, they're more compliant, and they're willing to go along with whatever crap the government's willing to feed them. Would you agree that that's pretty much the case? That it's
what the goal and the agenda and the plan is, I don't know. Because the bottom line is I'm first and foremost an American citizen. So my concern is, obviously we've gone totally off track. You know, we should be having a limited government. We should be operating within the Constitution. We shouldn't be saying to our children, you get to pay for today's mistakes with your dollars. So if there's a concerted plan and what have you, obviously I'm not privy to it. So I don't really know whether, you know, it certainly appears that way. I mean, that Obama has a plan. What his ultimate goal is in his policy and agenda, I'm not privy to. But we're clearly way off path. And clearly the direction we're heading, whatever the intended outcome, is not where we should be heading. Well, he hasn't personally told me that, so I don't know.
Jeanette, how, with the job that you were doing as a magistrate, which I think was exemplary from everything that I've read, and you're clearly, that's an important thing, you were making a difference. You've got very busy family, you know, many other things. What was it exactly that made you decide to run? Why do you have a heart for this?
Because I want to serve the people here in the 18th, and I think in order for our constitutional republic to work, you know, everybody thinks we're in a democratic, a representative democracy. We're not in a true representative democracy. A true representative democracy, you elect somebody to office, and they make the decisions, and there's no constraints on them. That is not what we live in. We live in a constitutional republic where the Constitution gives you God-given rights. The individual holds those rights, and the government does not have the right to infringe upon those rights. And all of your elected officials have to operate within that. But within our system, we expect our representatives to represent us. And you know, when I looked around and decided to run the first time, what I saw was kind of a lot of what I've already said, that this district is across party lines pro-life. This district across party lines is pro-gun. This district across party lines is fiscally conservative, and their number one goal is jobs and the economy. And I understand, well, having worked in Cambridge, that we have a tremendous resource there. We have tremendous opportunity, that we don't need to sit back and say, oh, poor us, we're always going to be this way. We have the ability here. I mean, I think we have tremendous ability here in the 18th. And the answer is not the same in every county. Because when I talk about that intersection in the southern part of the district, they're like, but Jeanette, that's not us. That's true. But you know, Hocking County, what do you think of Hocking County? You start thinking of Hocking Hills, you start thinking about tourism. When you think of Holmes County, I mean, they have got the lowest unemployment rate in the state of Ohio. They have got a booming economy. They have a problem with their roads. I mean, some of the problems are different, some of the solutions are different, but the bottom line is we need somebody who's in the district, who shares the values of the district, because you don't want somebody who goes to D.C. and they're trying to think like you are. You want somebody who does think like you. So when they're making the decisions, it's through the filter of the people they're supposed to represent. The person who's representing this district should not have the same values that Scott Brown has. His district is different than this district, and that's what's supposed to make it all work. But what we have now is somebody who just votes party line all the time. My number one opponent in the primary got asked at the debate. You go to OH18.com. Our debate in Knox County, the first question he got asked, why, when you say you're a conservative, did you vote for the largest tax increase in Ohio history? And his answer was, my party leadership told me. I'm obviously paraphrasing. Feel free to look at it yourself. It's on the web.
Gibbs did that?
Yes. Those are his words. We cannot afford in this district for that to happen.